The Supreme Court is taking up a case over certain types of books in elementary schools. It all stems from a group of parents in Maryland. They want to be able to opt their children out of lessons that involve books with themes of gender and sexuality. The reason, they say, is that it goes against their religion. NBC News White House correspondent Yamiche Alcindor joins us now with this reporting. Yamiche, I know you've been following this case from the start. Walk us through what's expected to happen tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments in a case about whether Montgomery County Public Schools in Maryland is violating the Constitution by not allowing parents to opt their children out of a policy that requires teachers to read students at least one book a year focused on LGBTQ+ teen themes and diversity. I traveled to the community to see what this is at the heart of this case. And again, oral arguments are going to be tomorrow. Take a listen. In the largest school district in Maryland, a dispute over books, gender, and religion is pitting families against each other in a case now coming before the Supreme Court. At issue, a policy by Montgomery County Public Schools that does not allow parents to opt their children out of lessons that use these books and feature LGBTQ+ themes, including same-sex love stories and transgender characters. In 2023, a group of parents who are Muslim, Catholic, and Ukrainian Orthodox filed a lawsuit saying the school policy violates their First Amendment rights to freedom of religion. But the policy has been upheld by lower courts. The case is bringing a heated national debate to this community.
The Islamic faith and numerous other faiths, we believe that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Wael El-Kasheri, a Muslim parent, has pulled his 9-year-old daughter out of the school system and is now homeschooling her. He is not part of the lawsuit, but has been organizing protests against the policy.
I'm responsible for my child, and I want the accommodations to make sure that that child is raised in an ecosystem that I believe does not contradict my religious beliefs.
Jeffrey Gans and his husband, Dennis Williams, support the school's policy.
You may not agree with homosexuality, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So by removing a child from the classroom, it's sending a totally negative message to that other child in that classroom who might be struggling with their identity.
If I could have had a book like that when I was young, it would make all the difference in the world.
El-Kasheri says he doesn't want the school system to change its curriculum, just to allow him to opt out, though he thinks some of the books are not age appropriate for students.
Children at a young age are very impressionable.
Eric Baxter, a lawyer for the parents suing, plans to argue the case before the High Court.
The Supreme Court has long said that schools aren't there to impose one ideological view, that we learn to get along by respecting each other's views. And that's all we're asking for here.
Montgomery County Public Schools did not respond to our multiple requests for comment. But in court documents, the school district said teachers are not permitted to enforce a particular viewpoint or ask students to change how they feel.
If we allow kids to opt out of this curriculum, of these books, where do we draw the line? Do we opt out of teaching about religion to my children because I don't want them to learn about a religion different than mine?
Now the 6-3 conservative majority Supreme Court will have the final say.
Wow, Yamiche, great report. How do people on both sides of this issue feel about what the court may decide?
Well, it's a good question. We know the school district has won in lower court, so they're hoping to win again at the high court. That said, the parents and lawyers against the school district's policy told me they feel very confident that they will win this case, especially after President Trump successfully ran for re-election, in part by pushing back against teaching about LGBTQ+ themes and transgender Americans. And this is, of course, a 6-3 conservative majority court that experts say is more likely to side with parents saying their religious rights are being violated. Zingle?
Yamiche Alcindor, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.